So Crytek has unveiled their newest event coming very, very soon for Hunt Showdown 1896, which is going to be called Garden of the Witch. They have not given us a release date, but from previous events, we can guess that it would be out within the next 3 to 4 weeks. Could potentially be sooner, but I highly doubt that. Look out for in the next 3 to 4 weeks. I think that should be a good timeline. So let's start off with something that Crytek wants us to know. 2025 is going to be mainly focusing on bug fixes, improvements, and the performance of the overall state of the game. So this event most likely won't have that much content, and from this post, it doesn't seem like there's going to be a crap ton. But let's step into everything that we've learned in this specific post. If you guys like this type of content, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as that truly helps me in my content creation journey. Also, catch me live Wednesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. EST over on Twitch and YouTube. I'm streaming on both of those platforms currently, so pick your side and come by and say hi, as well as checking out my Patreon and showing some extra support over there, which goes a very, very long way. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the bayou. With diving into the lore, they say the Garden of the Witch sees cursed nature and corrupted metal clash. In this story of the Bruja duo and the Welders, each group fights against the corruption with their own strengths. The Brujas bring organic mysticism to the table, while the Welders are armed with industrial occult practices and fire. Very interesting. I'm not too into the lore, but take that as you will. Now let's talk about the pledge marks. Players will earn event points and pledge marks like in previous events. However, instead of vow pledging a hunter to a pact or a troop, Garden of Witch bring 3 event exclusive sealed traits, which have been selected from past events. The following traits will be exclusive to the Garden of the Witch, so it is only going to be available during this specific event. It may or may not be a permanent addition after this event is done. Starting off with Blademancer, it allows you to use Darksight to quickly retrieve launched projectiles. And then we have Corpse Seer, which allows you to receive a Darksight boost when looting enemy hunters, even without a bounty token. And then the last one is going to be Gunrunner, which allows your hunter to equip 2 large guns at the same time. So by the sound of that, I would assume that this means you do not only have the ability to get one of these by pledging to a pact or troop, that you can get all 3 of these, and probably for different amounts of pledge marks, or just by playing the game. They are also going to be bringing in new supply points, which are called rare supply points, that will appear in addition, apparently, to the normal supply points. But at these supply points, they are going to have the old rewards that were at the supply points, like the sealed rewards, as in the traits, the registers, and envelopes, so you guys can spend your pledge marks at these specific supply points. But I don't believe that the normal supply points will ever have anything like this anymore. I also don't know if these will be hard to find or if they will appear on the map when you start the game. That is all for the pledge marks and the packs that they have announced for this specific event. Now let's get into what they've announced for update 2.3. Ahead of update 2.3, we rolled back and adjusted several changes done in the past year. This included balancing traits such as Lightfoot, Silent Crouch, the Bear Traps damage, and stuck projectile mechanics. We've also addressed community reported issues such as concertina wire damage through floors, hanging chains, blocking attacks, lingering poison effects, and UI bugs. So that is all good things to hear, but things we already knew. Let's talk about some other things that they haven't already announced. And they say that 2.3 is going to bring a recruitment revamp where new hunters now come with 10 upgrade points to freely spend on unlocked traits, offering greater customization options from the get-go. I actually really like this change. I think that's pretty cool that everybody will start out with 10 points. Poltergeist and Blast Sense will be regular traits, and Blast Sense will have the added benefit of detecting silent shots. I think that's very good for Blast Sense, but I honestly still think Blast Sense is not that good of a trait. It probably doesn't even need to be in the game. And Poltergeist was kind of cool. If they make it only 1 or 2 points, I think it'll be used every once in a while. However, it's not going to be overpowered at all. So this is a good adjustment in my personal opinion. Then new compounds for Bounty Clash are being added, starting with Arden Parish from Lost in Delta, which is actually one of my favorite compounds on that map. It's a very good one. I can't wait to play that, as well as Darrow Livestock, which is going to be from Stillwater Bayou. Then the next thing they mentioned, gameplay tweaks. Apparently the syringe use is going to be improved. I don't really know what that means, if it's going to be quicker, it's going to be easier, it's not hard in general, so I'm not really sure what they're hinting at by this. But they also say that the Dark Dynamite satchels can now be disabled and picked up, which is actually really cool. These things are very loud and honestly kind of useless, but I guess if you could pick them up, that would be pretty interesting. Then the next thing, Bounty Clash tweaks. The number of teams have been reduced to 4 in order to ease the pressure at the start of the clash, and nighttime has been taken away completely, so they have better gameplay flow. That is what Crytek is saying, and let me know what you guys think about this change. and how it will improve Bounty Clash in the comments below. Then the last thing is going to be stealth adjustments, and one thing they are tinkering with is reducing the damage by 10% for silent variants. And throwable melee tools have been adjusted to emphasize specialization. I don't really understand what that means completely on how it will work for the throwables, but the damage on the suppressed weapons will be decreased by 10%. I don't really know if I like this that much. Suppressors in this game are pretty solid right now, and I don't really know how I feel about them getting a damage decrease, but let me know your guys' opinions as well. Then a few other things they mentioned is that Bolt Thrower is now going to work on the bomb lance and bomb launcher for faster reloads. Like I said in my last video when I talked about this, I don't think that it needs to be in the game. I think the bomb lance and the bomb launcher are already pretty solid for what they are, and I don't think that they should reload faster. But let me know your guys' opinions. I know it's not the popular opinion. You guys think that it probably should reload faster. I slightly disagree, so let me know in the comments. As well, the Maynard and Martini are getting fast fingers. We're going to move to the next one. The new weapon variants are going to be the 1865 carbine silencer, the Obrez match, and the Obrez sharp eye. I'm assuming that the Obrez sharp eye is going to be a dead eye on the Mosin Obrez. That'll be interesting to see. I don't think it's going to be that popular. The carbine silencer is going to be pretty cool to see as well, but with the damage reduction, I'll probably never use it, especially since the carbine already has terrible muzzle velocity. I don't think I'll be touching this outside of trying to maybe get a quick video out of it. And then the Obrez match is the interesting one. I think it is going to be a 2-slot that has a stock on it, similar to the Bornheim match, but will still have a shorter barrel to be in line with the regular Obrez. That could be pretty interesting, and overall, I'm very excited for this update. Let me know your guys' opinions and thoughts about this update in the comments below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the bayou.